The Brewster Cup is back. Hello! I'm new to the YouTube space. This is only my second YouTube video. And I thought, how rude of me to come into a space and start making content and not even show you where I'm coming from. So today, I present to you my resume. I am going to show you 4 of my favorite residential builds I have ever made. I build a lot in this game, so these are by no means the only builds I've ever done in The Sims. These are a very small fraction of what I like to make, but I wanted to give you an idea of how much I love this game and also an idea of what I like in my builds and also just kind of what I'm like as a person in general. I love all of the builds I'm going to show you today, but I love making venue lots even more. So you can catch me next Friday showing you my top 5 venues I've ever made. But this week we're focusing on residential. With that out of the way, let's get going. Starting with this little house. The idea here was to make my personal dream house, but on a sort of realistic scale. Although, you know, who can really afford a home by themselves in this economy? That's what The Sims is for. I really love houses that have elaborate gardens or entrances that you have to walk through. I feel like that sets such a beautiful tone. Any house I've gone to that has, you know, a stone walkway up to the front door, I'm like, this place is fancy. And I have just a very small little garden in the front of the house for you. I have a bird feeder over there. This is, I think, the second time I have ever used this bird feeder item. Despite being surrounded by plants, it is still functional. This build has been play tested because I have a sim in my game that I play as in this home, so I know everything works. I also love having food outside, like having my dinner on a patio or something like that. So I have a little bench with a cute yellow umbrella. Before I show you the backyard through that fence though, let's take a look inside. Now you might be surprised, considering I said this was my realistic dream house, that it is so small. But I love small. I love small houses. I love small living spaces. My partner and I are currently looking at condos. I'm really like, we could live in a studio, you and me and our dog and our cat. We could live in a studio. And he very realistically is like, no, that's not a good idea. Right as you come in the front door, the living area is there, if you can call it that. It is a couch, a record player, and a mirror. I do a lot of cooking, so I wanted to include little aprons over there. I also have this little cart behind the stairs. I have so much random craft supplies in real life. I wanted to give the feeling of not having anywhere to put things. In real life, my house that I live in is very small. And I feel like when you live in a small space, you kind of squirrel things away in odd places. And so I was really trying to replicate that feeling. Around the corner, we have our very small kitchen / hangout office space, I guess. Of course, I have a tray with a book and a coffee. I actually have 2 coffee cups on my desk right now. I don't know. You might look at this and think it's a little chaotic. And is that true? Yes. But my actual house is a little chaotic, you know? It's clean, but there's a lot of random things. Like on my desk right now. I have these. They're reversible. Isn't that awesome? Wow. I got this. It used to light up. I got this. This is one of my favorite things. Every place I've ever lived in, my fridge has ended up having things stacked on it. Right now, it's mostly bags of chips and flour. We got 2 things of snacks up there, a pitcher, some tea containers, and a Dutch oven. This kitchen honestly has more counter space than my actual kitchen. There's a coffee pot on this, but 1, 2, 3, 4 Sims counter spaces available. My actual kitchen would have the equivalent of, oh my gosh, 2. And here is the bathroom. I love this flooring. It's from the Vampires pack. It instantly makes the room look really fancy. I love funky tile floors. And it wouldn't be my bathroom if there wasn't like a random cat rug coordinating the tiles in the shower with the curtains on the window. And of course, I have the fancy toilet. I don't actually have a fancy toilet in real life, but I've heard people say it changes their entire life. I'm interested. Let's head upstairs. I wanted the bottom floor to be the place you get stuff done, and the top floor could be just where you go to hang out, enjoy life. So I've got a little seating area with a couple cute posters. Of course, I had to have the 4-post bed with the canopy over it. I love enclosed spaces, we've discussed. Around the corner, we have a cabinet with a tea set, and I love this item from the bistro kit. I think it's so cute. I thought it would be a great space-saving way to get your wine out of here. And then I have a little wardrobe around the corner here with a couple plants. And we also have a little balcony out here. I sort of haven't decided what would be the most useful out here. I know what you're thinking, the telescope, but I don't want to die. Anyway, that's the whole upstairs. I will now show you the backyard. Back here, I have sort of an outbuilding. That is my Sims content creation studio. I really wanted to have a little spot where I could, make YouTube videos. I even added a little light in front of the camera. So silly. I also added a little vanity that I could, get ready and a little craft wall because again, I have so many craft things in my house. I love this place. I really did just make this with myself in mind, and I'm super satisfied with how this came out. While I do love this super cute, cozy pink house, my other builds I have selected are not like this. Next, I have for you a set of apartments that I made. I was really going for an inner city apartment vibe with this one, sort of. There are 4 units in this building, and I actually love the mailboxes right outside. I have 5 because 4 didn't quite fit. Let's check out the lobby. I really wanted the lobby to feel nice, but also soulless. You just go to a place and you know that they bought all of the artwork together in a package labeled trendy, hip, artwork, etc. That's what I was going for. The entrance to one of the apartments is directly across from the front desk. I would hate that. Up the stairs, we have the entrance to the 2nd level apartment, and there's also a teeny tiny gym for its residents. I figured since there were only 4 units, it would be okay that the gym only has 3 pieces of equipment. In front of the gym, I have this little garden area. I know that's probably not very realistic, but I thought I would think this was really cool. Like if I walked into an apartment and they had that, I would think, should I live here? This is of course the door to the 1st floor unit, but this is the door to the stairwell. It wouldn't be an inner city apartment without a dark concrete stairwell. I feel like legitimately pleased with how this creepy stairwell came out. No overhead lights, only LED wall lights. And then I have this back door where residents can take out like their trash or whatever, I don't know. Here is the 1st floor apartment. This unit, I imagine someone like really feminine who loves fashion and interior design. There's a lot of the modern luxe kit and the maximalist kit being used in this apartment. I also imagined that there would be parties hosted here. So we've got a bigger space, a little hangout area, a dining area with an extra chair, and a very simple patio. Again, I was kind of thinking there'd be people standing out here. I didn't want it to be full of stuff. And here we have the bathroom. I'm maybe too obsessed with the shower and sink that came with for rent. I'm kind of having a green moment. When I'm building houses, I have to actively think to myself, don't make every single room in the house green. For God's sake, pick something else. The 2nd floor unit is very different, as you can see. A much bigger kitchen and an almost luxurious question mark bathroom. This place, I imagine maybe a tech bro would be living here. Someone who would really be embracing minimalism, not necessarily for any reason other than not knowing what super looks great together. And with it being maybe a tech bro, what could I include other than the nicest, most expensive computer that you can get and a little green gaming console? I also imagined that this person has a dog. I don't know if a tech bro would actually have a dog. That seems like a lot of work for somebody who could be feasibly working like 80 hours a week on a regular basis. This bathroom, sink, totally normal. Nothing to see here. I'm kind of jealous of this bathroom, not because of the black and white. I find that horrible to look at and awful, but look at this. He's got a separate bathtub and shower. And on our patio, we have 2 chairs and a single yoga mat. This person, I imagine being someone who would spend a lot of time here, just, chilling out, having a good time alone, doing those kinds of activities. Moving on to our 3rd floor apartment. This might be a bit of a shock coming from this one. Wow. This one, you do have to come up through the stairwell to get to the apartment, so I added a little welcome mat. If the unit below is minimalist, this unit is a disaster. This unit I was thinking would belong to somebody who would want their apartment to be a reflection of like their own creativity as opposed to kind of a clean sanctuary. There's a little seating area by the front here. I love this cat lamp. I never use it. And this cat mirror, another thing I never use, but I absolutely love. We have a little corner over here to get painting done. Oh my goodness. We're missing a sink here too. Anyways, I love this kitchen despite how small it is. This is about the same size as my real kitchen. And this person I imagined would have a cat, would be a big cat fan. So I have a little cat bowl, a cat bed, or I guess it could be a small dog. I love this bed. I don't think I've ever used this red swatch and I really like it. I think it ended up really pretty. Same with this table. It's so beautiful. The idea of a table having a mirrored surface is so horrible to me. Imagine how often you're Windexing that. No, thank you. But like, it's The Sims. You don't have to Windex. Now I've said that though, they'll probably come out with like bust the fingerprints kit where you Windex everything. On the patio, another little yoga mat and a lot more going on. A little seating area, the litter box, of course, and a couple plants. Here's the bathroom. I like the idea that whoever was living here is a little messy, so I wanted it a little messy. This is actually the shower tub combo from Growing Together. I just have it slid into the wall a little bit. You can totally do this and the shower is still functional. I have play tested all of this. Despite how much I love the vibes of this apartment, I could never live in a place like this. I think I'd have a heart attack. There is one more unit, but I have not finished it yet because I don't know who should be living there. Let me know if you have any suggestions for what the 4th addition to this apartment should be like. That is all for this apartment building. Next, I have another sort of apartment building for you with a very different vibe from this one. This is probably my 2nd favorite build I have ever made in The Sims. Normally I have this placed in Glimmerbrook at the Amicable Acolytes lot, the one that Grace and Tomax live in. With Glimmerbrook being such a small world, I often want to have more people than I can really feasibly fit onto the map. So the idea here is that this is a Glimmerbrook Hogwarts that all of the magical Sims can live in together, and it'll free up a little lot space for me to add some new magical Sims. Right now I have this placed in Newcrest. It really annoyed me when I was showing you that other lot, the lines around the rental unit. So I have placed this one here as just a normal residential lot, so you won't see those lines. I will quickly show you the outside. You'll walk up these stairs and this area kind of wraps all the way around like a porch. Let's head inside. I really was thinking this would be like Sims Hogwarts. So I have trophy cases here from high school years to kind of give it that school vibe, a little seating area. And I was sort of imagining that this guy is the founder of this school. He looks quite, mysterious, regal, maybe? You'll walk through this little archway, and this area is sort of meant to be like a library study area. This room is really why it's my favorite build, because as we go up this staircase, we have another area that people can just hang out, study. I've got a chess table. Through here, we have a little room with a cauldron. And this is play tested as well. Despite all the stuff around it, it's still totally usable. And I put a little blackboard in here in case, you're experimenting, you're working on stuff. But really the reason this is my 2nd favorite build I've ever done is this. How beautiful. I would lose my mind if I was really in a place like this. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. I just love it. If we come through here past this vending machine, there's just a little patio spot, 2 chess tables. Did little Simsy make this? While we're on the top floor, let me show you one of the first apartments. This is the smallest apartment by far. Oh my gosh, it's so small. Although this is also the only apartment that has a balcony. You win some, you lose some. You'll notice as we go through that none of these will have kitchens or bathrooms. This Might be the only apartment that doesn't have a bathroom. Hopefully it's cheap to live here, right? Maybe it's free. I don't know. I really wanted it to be like a dorm room, shared amenities, that kind of thing. There's not too much going on here, but I've got a bed, a little seating, a bookshelf with a mirror, and of course this little telescope on the balcony. I'll take you back down the stairs to our next apartment through this door. This apartment, significantly bigger than the one I just showed you, and it also has a huge, super nice bathroom. I love this tub in front of the window. Gosh, I would love having my bed in a little alcove like this. A dresser, a little spot to hang out with the crappiest TV imaginable. Do you think this is like a CRT? I can't imagine watching something on it. I tried to give every unit a bed, a bookshelf, and some kind of a hangout area. I made this over a year ago, and I think I originally had Morgan Ember in mind when I made this. Now I'm like, why is it so boring? I don't think Morgan would have such a lame... That is that apartment. Now you might be thinking we're done, but what appears to be this foundation here is actually another level of the house. Around the corner here, kind of tucked away, are the stairs to the basement. Here we are. This is where the kitchen is. I imagine everybody will use this kitchen, so I included a lot of storage. The only function of that room is to be a pantry because I couldn't not have a lot of storage based on how many people were living here, even though it literally doesn't matter. And then directly through here, there's a kind of a dining area that everybody could hang out at, or at least as many people that can fit at this table. And then around the corner is a communal bathroom. There is one more unit. This basement unit is the biggest one. This is also probably my favorite unit, maybe because it's green. We have a little desk over here, another one of those bonsai trees. I freaking love those. And this one, of course, has a nice little private bathroom. Yeah, I guess the person on that top floor in that tiny apartment, sorry. Through this door, I included a little community garden type of area. I love these fountains. I think they're from the Romantic Garden Pack. Oh yeah, they are. I love these, but I feel like I don't have chances to use them that often. So when I made this build, I was like, I am using those fountains. And there's this little outbuilding. I'll show you kind of how this all connects. And I figured it could be a plant potting shed. There's this nice little garden over here. And then of course the dumpster for everyone. I don't know what that is. Ignore that. Don't look at that. Here's everything from the other side. I think it's obvious why I love this one so much. It's so beautiful. It's got this kind of classic style, and I don't usually make stuff in this type of style, so I just love it. My last residential build for you, it is the Sims build that I love the most that I've ever done, and it has also taken me the most time out of anything, and low-key, I could still do more to it. So let me show you. Welcome to the biggest Sims build I've ever done before. This was meant to be the home of, you know, a family of socialites, someone I probably wouldn't get along with very well in real life. But, you know, would I enjoy living in a place like this? I mean, it would be nice. So as we go in, immediately to the side, I have this pool area with a hot tub, and on the other side is a little gazebo with a pond. This little marker will spawn ducks once you're actually in your game, which I just love. Let me take you around first. Over here I have this little garden seating area. If we head inside, it's kind of crappy. It's dark. It's nasty. The floors don't look that great. Actually, I like these floors. I think they're cool. But I sort of wanted it to feel, you know, historic, I guess. So I added like a wood burning stove over here. The sink is off to the side. And then I have a couple super bare bones sort of bedroom areas along with a shared bathroom. All this in here is like a shelf with some plant stuff, a woohoo spot. I mean, a closet. Here we have the main house. I'll take you through there last. The stable, I feel like rich people have horses. I don't know. I have an area for 2 horses with a door going out, and I wasn't sure what to do with this space. My thought was always that I would use it for something once I had Sims living here, but the Sims I ended up playing with in this house, I just like forgot this even existed. Then across from the pool is the greenhouse. I built this right after the greenhouse kit came out, and so you'll be seeing a lot of that up in here. I have some actual usable plants growing on this back wall, as well as in this little planter box, but for the most part, everything in here is decor. Although I think this is a real plantain tree, like a in-game plantain tree. And I also have a flower arranging table in here. All right, with all of that taken care of, it's time for the inside of the house. I have the house decorated for Winterfest right now, so please excuse the Christmas tree and such. My idea for this house is a mother and her daughter are living here, and this is the house that the mother also grew up in, you know, kind of that ancestral family home. Come around the corner to the dining area. I've got 2 extra chairs off to the side, and there's also this beautiful bar. This is one of my favorite items in the game. I think it's so beautiful. And then around the corner is our kitchen. I wanted the kitchen to feel very modern compared to the rest of the house. I had to give them an air fryer. I know it's an oven, but it's an air fryer. I had pizza last night, apparently. This is probably my favorite spot in the whole house, is this beautiful sunroom. I absolutely love this room. If I lived in this house, I would probably spend all my time resting on this chase, for real. I would never leave this room. We have our kind of living and office area. This is sort of the area I imagine the parent would be doing most of her work, whereas the daughter has this kind of cute little area here with like a playhouse and a science set. I have a little seating area here with a ton of bookshelf space. Like, oh, I would die to have this much bookshelf space. On the other side, here we have the actual living area. This is where a little mess would happen in the house, right? This is where you're probably hanging out on the reg. So I added, you know, some toys, just some stuff out. I could not resist giving them a ridiculous TV. Through the dining room, you can get to this back porch that has this amazing view. Heading back inside up the stairs, this area has to do with the lore of my Sims game. Please don't worry too much about that. I love the bathrooms in this build. So through this first set of doors, it has this huge kind of walk-in shower situation. I think I would feel weird in the shower. Like the walls are so far away from you. I've got like a partition, a super fancy tub. If instead of going into the bathroom, you go through this set of double doors, we have what I imagine to be the parents' bedroom. We have a little seating area here. You know, I can't stop myself from adding a small gallery wall. And then through this door, we have another bathroom that I really like. I like this vintagey looking blue tile. Another huge, ridiculous shower. I don't know, I feel like I just popped off with the bathrooms in this build. This, of course, is the daughter's bedroom. I've said so many times that I love small spaces, but like this, how freaking cozy. I would spend all my time there. I have a flamingo lawn ornament. I don't know, that just felt like something a kid would be like, I want that in my room. And again, you know, this is a kid's room. I wanted it to be messy, chaotic. I've got just tons of stuff on this little shelf, pile of clothes, garbage on the ground, and of course a little play area. There's a very small bathroom over here. And then through this door, there's another bathroom that I actually like a lot more. I kind of love how it's separated into the sink area and the actual more bathroom area. And then this middle door, I just turned into a gym area. There's also a violin in there in case you wanted to learn how to do that too. I mean, I say a small gym. How awesome would it be to have the space to do something like this in your actual house? And that is the full tour. This build has a special place in my heart. I think it took me like, I don't even want to say how long it took me. 10 hours? So that is it for the residential builds I really wanted to show you. I do have a couple honorable mentions I want to go through really quickly. Starting with this campground. This is in Henford-on-Bagley, and I have this in the lot that normally has a vacation rental that's like an actual home. But I really love camping in The Sims 4. If you have outdoor retreat, I would highly recommend giving camping a try if you've never tried it before. But it really is a true campsite. I have this little outbuilding that has, you know, your bathroom. You know, this is really my experience of campsite bathrooms, is that they are horrifying and disgusting. There is an outdoor shower though, which is pretty fun. I have a woohoo bush and this little covered area to, you know, cook, eat food, that kind of thing. You can tell I play tested this as well. I love this little campground though. I use it all the time in my gameplay. I think it's so cozy. I love it. Next, I have this. This is another build in Glimmerbrook, and this is a rental cottage. And I wanted this because I feel like it can be so annoying if you have a sim you're trying to get to learn magic, going back and forth from their house, not in Glimmerbrook, to the portal in Glimmerbrook so that they can get to the magical realm or whatever. So I built this on the lot that is the closest to the portal. The path to get there is literally right behind us here. I love this build because this is the first and last time I tried to use the terrain tools in the sim. Honestly, I think this came out really nice. I really like how it looks, but it was so difficult. Oh my God. I have a cauldron over here for your use. I wanted this place to feel kind of mysterious, so I have a little magical grave marker over there. That's just from debug, so it's not tied to any specific sim. The inside is pretty small, super small kitchen, super small bathroom, and then you have to go up a ladder to get to the sleeping area, which is, again, super small, only a twin bed. And the top floor has only a chandelier for the vibes. I love this build though. I love the little walk up. I love the landscaping. I think it came out really cute. All right. Thank you so much for looking at all of those with me. I hope you liked it. I hope you feel like you got an idea of, what I enjoy in The Sims 4. If you're interested in any of these builds, you can find me on The Sims Gallery as KSimTime. The only one that's on the gallery is that inner city apartment building that I showed you. And of course, that's not on the gallery because it's not done. That top level's not finished, but everything else is on the gallery. It has been play tested. Next Friday, I will show you my top 5 favorite venues that I have ever made. And honestly, the venues have even more of a special place in my heart than the residential builds I have done. So I'm really excited to show you those. But for today, that's all I got. So I hope you have a really great rest of your day. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today.